Functions can also be represented as an arrow diagram. So this is a great kind of an introductory way to introduce functions, where you don't have any like scary looking equations or anything on the paper. You're just grouping set A and how it relates to set B. So for an arrow diagram to be a function, the rule for functions is every value in the domain, that's your first set, must be paired with exactly one value in the range. So only one value. You cannot be, an x value cannot be paired with 2 or 3 or 4 y values. Each element in the domain, the x, has to be paired with exactly one y value. In other words, the x value cannot repeat. That's the thing that you want to look for. That's the kicker here. X value cannot repeat. So here's two sets. It's people and their eye color. So you can see, it says, are the following functions? If so, list the domain and range. Okay, so we have the first set going to the second set. So we have people and eye color. So mom has brown eyes. Dad has blue eyes. The son has blue eyes. The daughter has brown eyes. Okay. So the question is, does every single person have exactly one eye color? Like mom has one eye color, dad has blue, son has blue, daughter has brown. This would absolutely be a function. Yes. So we have to list the domain and the range. So for the domain, it's going to be a set. It's just the people. Mom, dad, son, daughter. Just the people. That's what your input would be, right? Your domain. And then the range or your output would be the eye color. Now you notice there's only 2 eye colors, but lots of people have the same eye color. There's a lot of people with brown eyes. There's a lot of people with blue eyes, but there's not very many people that have 2 different eye colors, right? So for this to be a function, every person has one arrow coming out of them, right? So that one's a function. So domain and range. I'll say each person has exactly one eye color. That's the reason why we said it was a function. But let's look at the next one. The next one, our first set is the letters A, B, and C, and they're paired with the numbers 8, 10, and 12. So we can see A is paired with 8, B is paired with 8, C is paired with 10, and C is also paired with 12. So if the rule is that every X can only be paired with one Y, then C is kind of screwing it up for everybody. It's like he's cheating, and that's not allowed, right? That wouldn't be a functional relationship if C is hanging out with 10 and 12, right? So because C has 2 arrows coming out of it, that's what makes this not a function. And the reason is C is paired with more than one, oh, I should say Y value, right? If these are your X's and these are your Y's, then C is paired with more than one Y value. So that one's not a function, so we don't have to list the domain and range because it said only listed if it's a function. So you do notice it was okay that 8 was shared. You just can't go the other way. So you can't have an X value with 2 arrows. That's the thing you want to look for.